All right, so good afternoon, everyone. I think I want to just begin the meeting. We are going to be taking the next 30 minutes talking about something I know we are all maybe a little bit familiar with, but I'm going to be talking to us around how Denkadog Food has been something I think we all should consider. On a quick note, I know a lot of us use a lot of dog food. There are several dog foods in the market. And of course, the Nigerian dog food industry is well populated. So the key question will now be, so why do we need another dog food? And one of the key reasons why I'm doing this is because sometimes when we have a lot of brands of dog food in the market, one of the key things to look out for is that are there things specifically that relates to our market that we can make use of? And that's the reason why we're doing this. I'm going to be quickly sharing my screen, and I will take the next 15 minutes explaining to us why I think we should consider the Denka dog food innovation. And then, of course, I will be doing a few market analysis on the cost saving strategy for Denka dog food. And then we will climax by taking another 10 minutes question and answer, and we will call it a day. I want to thank us all for taking time in a very busy weekend to spend with us. So while I walk towards sharing my screen, just a moment, my screen will be up shortly. Just let's see. Try and get up my screen. Yep, I have it. And it will be up shortly. All right, so I'm tempted to ask maybe a few questions. I see a couple of us online. Mr. Koya, I happen to know you. Which dog food do you use? Which dog food? Of course, you have some dogs. Which dog food do you use for your dogs?
Yeah, I do buy the Denkadog,
Okay, all right.
Optimas,
Optimax.
Optimal, um, Booster, no, what's it called? Bingo.
Bingo. All right. All right. So I think
Bingo.
you are like most of the typical dog owners. Like you at least have in your fingertips the brands of dogs that we have, both locally and internationally. The ones that we import and the ones that we produce locally. The Bingo is one of our local dog food that has gained a lot of popularity. But okay, so let's start with Denka Dog Food, zero compromise, effective cost saving strategy. That's what I want to tailor down the discussion, but I want to give us a brief introduction on Denka Dog Food. First of all, there are a few things to consider when you want to feed your dog. Of course, the age of your dog, we all know that you cannot give, they can eat, but of course, puppy, there's food for puppy, there are food for adults. And for the more developed society, there are various stages of puppy that requires various stages of nutrition. And so some dog brands, dog food brands, have into cognizance the various ages of your dog and what you should use. Some have between 0 to 2 weeks, some have between 2 weeks to 6 weeks, depending. But I think for the Nigerian market, we have categorized them into puppy and adult largely, although there are a few exceptions. So what should you consider also for your choice of food is also your dog breed, right? There are small breeds, there are big breeds, there are large breeds rather, right? So for the small breeds of dog, most often they have high energy, they move around a lot, they are very flexible, they are very playful. And so a diet requiring high energy sometimes should be considered. For large breeds, there are a few other considerations. Well, you want to add some supplements because of their size to ensure that they have the strength to also cope with their size. And of course, there are dogs that are predisposed to obesity. You also want to consider some nutritional factor in your choice of food. Another thing that you should consider in choosing your dog food, or is also the dog size. Of course, that also is maybe one-on-one with the dog breed, but slightly different, because some dog breeds some dog breeds have small sizes, and then of course large sizes, depending on how you feed them. Then, of course, another thing you should consider when you want to choose your dog food is also, are there food allergies, are there sensitivities? Some dogs are picky. If I'm going to be asking us a few questions around various dog foods that we've used, some dog eat virtually everything. Some are very selective. There are some dog that eat some particular food and they react. So sometimes when we have things like that, it gives us an indication to either avoid some particular brands of dog food, or avoid a particular food and switch to the others. I sold the Denkadog Food to someone, and the person said his dog is very selective, and he was very worried whether his dog is going to pick Denkadog Food or not. Unfortunately, the dog picked it. So there's food sensitivity, and then of course allergy. Then the last point is you. Well, sometimes dog owners consider whether they have the finances for something or the other. So some dog food are very expensive. I will not want to mention names, but there are some dog food, they are really very expensive. Some are in the middle, some are cheap. The Bingo dog food you just mentioned is one of our cheapest dry food that we have available. So you could decide to get used to a particular dog food or a dog brand to give your dog because of your own personal preference. And of course, it's possible also that your dog chooses which one he wants to eat. Some dogs are big boys, right? They select the ones that they eat. And if you give them another brand that it's not as quality as the brand that you're used to, they will reject it. And as a dog owner, that will give you some sleepless nights. So I want to talk to us about Denka dog food. That's the reason for this meeting. First of all, is to say that Denka dog food is not a new dog food. I was born 1984 and I'm 38 years, but Denka is 1 year my senior. Denka came into being in 1983 in Holland. Well, with the idea that it should be a completely natural product with raw materials usually used in humans. So it's been imported from the Netherlands. Of course, it's one of those dog foods that we import and we don't produce locally. And of course, if we all know the strict rules or laws in Netherlands, well, they want everything to be according to what their standards there. And safe to also say that Denka dog food is the most popular dog food in Netherlands. And then the owner of Kepro, if we all are in the veterinary circle, Kepro from Holland is one of the top brands of poultry products that we have, and has maintained that standard for a long time. So the importer of Kepro, which is Adamo, is also the importer of Denka dog food. And of course, as I said initially, they are known for their high quality. Now, when you're using Denka dog food, one of the key advantages that we've discovered, it's that if your dog is obese and you don't want to do any other thing, right? Denka dog food, it's a very good food for dieting. If your dog has some intestinal sensitivity, some intestinal problem, just being on Denka dog food can help you resolve some of those intestinal sensitivities. Then, of course, for our very active dogs that we have around, especially the ones that move around, I tell people one of the key things I watch out for because of my hyperactivity. Like I work hard, and sometimes I'm awake. I know that stress can easily come in. And once I notice stress, the first thing I do is to try to maybe take some rest. But again, the reason why we fear stress is because of the free radicals that we emanate during oxidative stress. Dogs too have similar things, right? During oxidative stress, a dog releases free radicals that helps them bring down their immune system. When you place your dog constantly on Denkadog Food, it has the ability of reducing, right, the free radicals as a result of the oxidative stress, and of course help boost the immunity of the dog, and then keep your dog mostly healthy. So for allergies, for skin diseases, dogs who have skin issues, the skins are not glossy. There's an aspect of Denkadog Food that helps you prevent and of course help you resolve over time when you place your dog on 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 Denkadog Food. Now, where I'm going to be taking a little time is to explain this chart. And that's where I'm going to be quickly needing our involvement, right? So let's take an average in normal dog food, normal body weight, eats every day 2.5 kg, 2.5% of its weight. An active dog, and most of our dogs in Nigeria are on the active side. An active dog takes an average of 5% of its body weight. So I'm quickly going to be getting our involvement. I will stop sharing my screen. I will bring it back so that we can calculate a few things together, and then I can give room for question and answer. Then we are done. All right. So on the calculation, now, Mr. Shegun, maybe I'm going to be using you as an example so that we can do this together. Okay, you're using your phone as Zoom. Who has access to a calculator so that we can do this together? I have access to a calculator. You know, when you're doing cost saving, you must also be able to calculate and know what is okay and what is not okay. So the first thing, I want us to pick an example, a 30 kg dog. So the average adult dog is between 20 to 30 kg, the average adult dog, for those of us who are very familiar with weighing dogs. The average adult dogs weighs around 20 to 30 kg, but we're going to choose 30 kg. And we're going to be naming our dog. What should we give our name? Mr. Shegun, what's the name of your dog?
Yeah, I have Lucky. Let's go by Lucky.
So, all right, so let's use Lucky. Lucky is Lucky today, this afternoon. So let's say Lucky is an adult. Which breed of dog is that?
Rottweiler.
Okay, so Lucky is a male or female?
Female.
Female. All right, so Lucky is a female Rottweiler weighing, we're assuming this, weighing 30 kg. Weighing 30 kg. Now, I want you to, whoever knows the answer, you can just tell me which is the cheapest dog food in the market. Which is the cheapest imported? Let's use imported, not local. Which is the cheapest imported dog food in the market? Who knows that? Quickly, who knows? Which is the cheapest local dog food that we have in the market?
Good evening, all.
Which food is that?
It's Optima's dog food.
Optima's dog food. All right, you want to compare Optimax with Dr. Which is cheaper? How much is your Optimax? Optimax is how many kg?
Optima's, for instance, 15 kg dog food.
Okay, 15 kg. So let's use Optimax. Don't worry, let's use Optimax. So how much is 15 kg Optimax dog food?
15 kg is about 19,500.
19,500, right? 19,500. All right. So who buys Optimax? Who can confirm these prices for us? I need a second opinion. How much is Optimax dog food?
Okay, sorry. Let's use balance. Sorry.
Okay.
Balance is 17,970.
Okay. Do you know anything around Doctor? How much is Doctor? Who knows how much is Doctor? Okay, I have the figure, but I want the figures to get to me from you. Okay, so let's use balance. Balance.
17,970.
17,970. 17,970.
Yes.
Okay, so now is this the price you sell, or the price the final consumer buys?
Is the price I get from the company.
From the company. All right. So how much do you sell? So we're calculating based on the final consumer. That's what I want us to keep. Yes, our calculation. So how much do you sell balance? 15 kg, you said?
Yes.
All right. So how much do you sell 15 kg balance?
Balance 15 kgs. Sorry,
or which one can you quickly remember?
Okay, okay. Balance 15 kgs. 19,000. 2,500. Sorry, 2,500.
All right, so let's take 2,500. All right, so we have 15 kg balance, and it's 15 kg, right?
Yes.
And you sell for 20 what?
500.
2,500. All right, fantastic. So we said the average dog food in the market, right? The dog, a 30 kg dog, eats about 5% of its weight on a day-to-day basis, right? So if we have Lucky, and Lucky is 30 kg, it means that 5% of 30 kg, how many kg will that be? We need somebody with a calculator to quickly give us a figure. So we have 30. We have 30. And
1.5.
1.5 kg, right? So an average dog, a very active dog, should eat an average of 1.5 kg of dog food. A can of dog food is around 400. So we should agree with me that an average dog can finish 4 cans in a day, right? But for dry food, an average dog eats around 1.5 kg. So if the dog eats 1.5 kg, it means that it takes how many days to finish a 15 kg dog food? How many days will that take? How many days will that take? So we have 15 kg balance.
10 days.
10 days, exactly. So that means that we are spending 2,500 for our dogs in 10 days if we are going to be using balance. Is that okay? So it means that we are spending an average of 20,500 divided by 10. That will give us 2,050 naira. So it means that if you're going to be putting, and of course, balance is a very good dog food. If you're going to be placing your dog on balance throughout the month, that means you're going to be using 3 bags of balance in a month, and then you're going to be spending an average of 2,000 naira. Let's just remove the 50 naira. You're going to be spending an average of 2,000 naira. Most people, of course, they find a way around these figures because they give their dogs other dog food and use this and use the Optimax to augment just to ensure balanced nutrition. All right, so I'm going to read. So we've established that Lucky, that is 30 kg, we feed on balanced dog food at the cost of 2,000 naira every day. Now, I'm going to share my screen again, because one of the key things with Denkadog Food is this calculation. And I think other than the health benefit and the preventive means, one of the key things about Denkadog Food is this calculation. Now, most of the people who've sold Denkadog Food too, right? They misuse Denkadog Food. And that's why each time they come around, they want to say Denkadog Food is expensive. And I said the miracle is in the numbers, right? If you are on Denkadog Food, you cannot feed Denkadog Food like you do an average dog food. They are totally different. Denkadog Food, it's in a class on its own, not because of the quality. The quality is there, but because of the technology behind it, right? It was designed to give the dog exactly what the dog needs with minimal waste. So it's just like, you can eat a bowl of eba, right? And then you can eat one piece of meat. You know, in Africa, we're very conversant with eating carbohydrate, a lot of carbohydrate, right? You can eat a full bowl of eba with one small quantity of meat, and your stomach could be very filled, right? But if you are going to compare your growth and how healthy you are with somebody who stays on very small vegetable, I was in a meeting and they said that if you have a 100% bowl of food, 50% should be vegetable, 25% should be protein, and then the other one should be probably an energy-based food. So Denka is designed to give your dog exactly what it needs without any encumbrances, right? So the chart that we promote for Denka dog food is this chart on your screen. And if you look at the first part of the table, a 30 kg dog feeds on 350 grams of dog food every day. That's what you need if you're on Denka dog food. That's exactly what you need. Now, if you feed more, you're invariably just giving your dog something more than what it needs on a daily basis, right? So with 350 grams, right? If you convert 350 grams to kg, which is what we are calculating with balance, 350 grams divided by 1,000, of course you have 0.35. Exactly, 0.35. So your dog, if it's on Denka dog food, needs 0.35 kg of dog food every day. Now, Denka dog food is 12.5 kg, 12.5 kg. So the bag of balance is bigger than Denka dog food. 12.5 kg is the complete bag of an adult Denka dog food. If you divide 12.5 kg by 0.35 kg, what's it going to give to us? 12.5. Who can quickly do that? Divide by 0.35. What does that give to us? So who is doing the maths? Who's doing the maths? 12.5 kg divided by 0.35 kg. What's that? All right, do I have everybody on board? 12.5 divided by 0.5
is 35.7.
All right, so let's take 35. So it means that if you feed your dog on a day-to-day basis using Denkadog calculator, you're going to, with one bag, with 12.5 kg bag, your dog can feed on it for 35 days. I usually approximate it to 30 days because, of course, when you give your dog that small quantity of food, some people still don't believe it's enough for the dog. So they try to, as much as possible, to increase it. So let's use 30 days, right? 30 days. Now, a bag of Denka dog food is 25,000 adults. A bag of Denka dog food is 25,000. So if you say 25,000 divided by 30 days, how much would that be? 25,000 naira divided by 30 days. That would be what?
833 naira.
Yeah, so let's approximate it to 850.
Yeah.
So I tell people, right? I don't usually compare Denka dog food with any other dog food. Not, and as I said, not because of the quality, but I believe it has the highest grade of quality, and of course is built from natural product, but because of how the Denka dog food is designed. For me, if you want to keep your dog, and I tell people, try it out, right? Other than the health benefits that you are resolving skin issues, you are trying to cut down obesity for obese dog. Don't think of any other dog food other than Denka dog food. If you have any dog that is obese, right? Don't think of any other dog food, think of Denka dog food. If you have a persistent skin issue on your dog, right? Because on the bag is written Derma Protect, because it prevents any kind of skin issues on your dog, make the skin gloss. But more importantly, when you're on Denka dog food feeding with these, your dog usually when he eats some food, it's directly proportional to also the fecal mass. the poo of the dog, the feces of the dog comes out bulky. With Denkadog Food, the feces of your dog comes out very light and in very small quantity. And that's why nationally, I suggest, and we're promoting Denkadog Food, that people should try it out on your dog, place it on your dog 1 week. Use this formula. I can send the chat to you. I'm going to be dictating my number at the end of this. I can send the chat to you. You want to talk to me about it. You want to ask any question. Place your dog on Denkadog. First of all, I'm not sure any of the dog that we have, we select Denkadog Food. For dogs that are very sensitive and are highly selective, I tell them just try Denka. And the feedback I almost always get is that my dog has not rejected Denka. Try Denka for a month, and then of course, you can give us your feedback. Having said this, I want to just open the questions, the floor for question and answer. I'm going to just take 2 or 3 questions, and then I'm going to be answering them. Then, of course, we can call it a day. I'm going to be dropping my number on the chat. You can reach out to me wherever you are. We can send Denkadog Food to you. All right, go ahead. So let me take the question. So, question. Do I get any question?
Yes, can I go on?
All right, go ahead.
There's something you said here that about 12 kg dog food.
12.5. Denkadog Food is 12.5.
12.5, yes.
Yeah.
My dog that is weighing 10 kg can take the dog food for 3 months.
Yes.
How realistic is it? Have you tried it out, or is it a paperwork?
No, it's not a paperwork. When I was starting the class, I said the Denkadog Food is 1 year older than me. I'm 38 years. So it means that Denkadog Food has been in existence for almost 40 years. That's 4 decades. So they are not paperwork.
Have you tried it on any dog?
Dog, we have.
It's unbelievable.
Well, so that's why we have taken the path of education. Because, a lot of things, I tell people that Denkadog Food is not a dog food, but jokingly anyway, that it's a technology, right? Because years ago, it's unbelievable for a chicken to grow to 2 kg in 35 days, right? Nutrition is always being improved. Like you cannot imagine that a chicken will grow. In fact, my mom still believes that any chicken, broiler red, within 35 days, she cannot eat. But all the chicken you eat in fast food are grown within 30 to 35 days. Of course, it's unbelievable. Nutrition is improving. The more you eliminate what the body needs, what the body doesn't need from what the body needs, and give the dog exactly what the body needs, surprisingly, your dog will do better.
Okay, let me ask a second question.
Go ahead.
Going to the second doesn't mean I've believed your answer to the first.
No, so I wish I can tell you I would donate 1 bag to you, but it's going to cost me a lot of money. If not, Dr. Anayo, I would have just donated 1 bag to you and said, if you have a 10 kg puppy and you want to feed, just use the mats and give your dog and compare with any other dog eating other things and see how healthy it will turn out to be.
May I know the composition?
All right, so if you do me a hi, I'm going to be sending the composition to you. I've restricted this minute to 30 minutes just to talk about it.
Okay, let's just single protein.
If you do me a hi, I'm going to be sending the entire composition to you. I'm going to be sharing my WhatsApp.
Let's just pick a protein, for instance.
Yes, the protein content for Denka growing up is 25%.
For puppy?
Yes, for growing up.
What
So-
about for puppy?
So the puppy, for Nigeria now, we sell the growing up as puppy. So we
Okay.
only have 2 brands of the dog food currently in Nigeria, the growing up and then the adults. So that's the brands that we are promoting now. So for the growing up, the percentage protein is 25%.
To you, is this percentage okay for puppy?
So not exactly the protein, but as I said, growing up is not puppy. We sell it as puppy because yes, growing up is not puppy, but we sell it as puppy currently because the puppy brand we don't have currently in Nigeria. But for the puppies who have stayed on our growing up, they still get the same results.
Okay.
Doc, where is your practice? Where?
Enugu.
Enugu. I'm going to be reaching out to you after this meeting.
No problem.
All right, thank you so much.
So,
All right,
hello.
so go ahead.
Hello, doctor.
Yes, go ahead. So,
Yeah, thanks for the lecture and I appreciate that. Yeah, my question is this. Now you say, based on the previous man question on feeding my dog with a Denkadog on 12 kg and like that, and it's going to 30 days. Now, my question, sorry, don't let it get twisted, as in,
no
I wanted
problem.
to
Go ahead.
still, I want to ask a question from you. How do we feel? Yeah.
Okay, I didn't get you.
Now, just I want to ask a question before I ask you a question. I want to ask you a question
Okay, go
on
ahead.
how it's possible for such formula, for such one bag to feed the dog for a good 30 days. Then how do we feed our dog?
And so what I was discussing with the company who imports Denkadog Food is that we need to start selling it, because that's why meetings like this are important. We need to start selling it with something the customer can use to measure.
Okay.
Because you can't just pack your dog food and give. Well, if it's the average dog food, why not? You're already used to that. But for Denkadog Food, you're going to be bringing down and even wasting your money if you treat it like the normal dog food. So what I would suggest before that comes into play is for you to get a small weighing scale. You already know that a 30 kg dog needs to feed on about 0.35 or 350 grams on a daily basis. So get your weighing scale, cut out 350 grams, and then set it aside, and that's what you should feed your dog with. And don't just do it like a magician and just dip your hand inside the dog food and give to your dog. It has to be good. And of course, we know, even in chicken, birds, every bird have a particular weight of a particular gram of food the birds need to eat per day. If you overfeed it, you're wasting your feed, because the body already has a science behind it. It's a science we are not observing in Nigeria. That's why we get the result we get. Denkadog Food has to be with science, and it has to be with your calculator. You don't just overfeed your dog or underfeed your dog. You have to feed your dog the right way you need to. You said you have 2 questions.
Yes. Second one is, now I'm having adult dogs.
Yes.
And now, even though I'm even looking at the way I'm feeding them, it's just like I'm running. It's too expensive for me to feed them. But with this, your previous explanation, I think I have to go by that, because now I've been getting the Denkadog from your outlet at Eleko there for consecutive time now. And I'm thinking, and although I'm seeing the difference in them, but that's what prompted my first question, that how do we feed them? As in, we need a measurement to get this done. Otherwise, we'll just continue wasting the money.
Exactly.
So that's what I just got now. That okay, because I'm just looking at this dog is expensive for you this time around. Every week I spend nothing less than 50,000, 60,000. Although there are about 5 or 6 now, I'm having like 5 or 6 of them.
All right.
So how will I go about this?
So get Denkadog Food, get its weighing scale. Since you are at Eleko, you could tell any of the doctor there to help you weigh one and then put it in a cup so you know the size. At least you can gauge the size, and that's the size. And I will be eager to hear from you 1 month after this training on how your dogs are and how healthy they are. Just maintaining
Since representative they have introduced the Denkadogs to me and I've been using, yes, I can see the improvement. In fact, they are so heavy, even though more busty than before.
Yep.
But only the issue I'm having is the way they are consuming.
Yeah, of course, the palatability of Denkadog Food is really very there. So it's sweet in their mouth. The only thing is that it has to be measured. But health-wise, the issue of oxidative stress I talked about, that can be totally eradicated by pulling out the free radicals, keep your dog's immune system very high. You should need a doctor less when you're on Denkadog Food.
Okay. So I will need the chart too after the program, sir.
I have your number. I'm going to be sending it to you.
Thank you.
So I promised us 30 minutes. We have stayed 38 minutes. So I want to thank us all for this. What we're doing is constantly promoting the issue of Denkadog Food as a new technology in the market that will help you save costs, save doctors' costs. And I'm a vet, not like I don't want you to come to the clinic, right? But at least I also want that you save your money. The issue why we're doing this is so that you don't waste your money feeding Denkadog Food like every other dog food. And the more we do this, the better the awareness is created. Of course, the better your dog, the more you save, and the happier we all become in the ecosystem. So I want to thank you for sparing your weekend with us. Thank you so much. And please enjoy your weekend with Denkadog Food. All right, have a wonderful evening.